the Jasion Thunder Pro step through. There's also a high step version of this, just so you guys know, but this right here is the step through that gives you a little easier for getting on and out. So you got to swing the leg over that high bar there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a kind of a quick specs walkthrough, then I'll do a component walkthrough, then I'll put it to a real world ride test out here and give you my final thoughts of what I thought about this thing. But right now, let's go ahead and let's start with the specs. The motor is a 1200 watt hub driven motor. It peaks out at 2000 watts of power, and the top speed on this motor gets up to almost 40 miles per hour. It has a 7-speed cog set in the back, which, you know what, when you got these hub driven motors, the speeds, the gears really don't matter that much because you're getting your pull from here. It just helps a little bit with the torque on that. Now moving on to the battery. So this is a removable battery. You'll remove it with the key right here. There's a on and off switch to the battery right here. There's a USB in here. Now I wish more manufacturers would check that out, because have a USB to charge your cell phone is very handy. That's where the charger port goes right there. So if yours isn't turning on, make sure that you do have the on turned on right there. It's got a little waterproof cover, so it's pretty easy to tell where that is. It's pretty much a rubber cover right there. The battery size on this is a 52 volt, 20 amp hour battery. You're going to get about 90 miles on a full charge. Obviously, that's very subjective between PSA 1 to PSA 5. That could fluctuate a lot. 90 miles is very impressive. If you guys are curious, all the specs are right here. Max load, 440 pounds, class 3 e-bike, 52 volts, 20 amp hours. So everything is right here, just in case you're wondering. Rider height, I would anywhere from 5'5" to 7 foot, which is a wide rider height. This seat goes up very high. Okay, so there's the quick rundown of the specs. Let me go ahead and get into the components. So when I got this thing in, it was very nicely packaged. I see no problems with this. There was no damage to the bike at all. It was very simple to put together. You do have to put like the front wheel on, the handlebars, and you know, your normal stuff that you would do on an e-bike, but I had no issues putting this thing together at all. Now, as far as like what you get with it, I got mine. I got this Jason bag with it. Very nice quality bag and rack. So this rack, like I said, I normally don't run a rack on these bikes, but because they sent it, I went ahead and put it on, and I like this bag a lot. One of the better bags that's available. Got a water bottle holder back there, and this comes off, so it's just Velcroed on. You just grab it and go. You got a set of mirrors with it. It comes with the Chow Yang tires, which is the 26 by 4. You inflate them up to 20 PSI. I usually go about 18 PSI on mine. Hydraulics disc brakes, front and back. This is a full suspension bike, so it has a suspension here in the middle. Now mine rubbed a little bit. You guys see that right there? I told Jason about that. Mine actually touches right there, which isn't a big deal, but it actually rubs just slightly. And this is a very soft shock. I wish it was a little stiffer or it was a lockout shock, but it seems to work. It'll work just fine, because not a lot of people are getting this bike for jumps and all that. Standard size metal pedals up here. Adjustable seat, very easy to adjust. You can adjust it forward and back and up and down on the seat. This is the step-through design. It is a little heavy bike. This thing has some weight to it. Front suspension is a lockout. It's a spring-loaded suspension. It has a lockout shock right there. This thing does come with fenders, but a lot of times I don't even put fenders on most of my bikes. The seat was very comfortable. It's a very kind of cushy, kind of like memory cell foam on the seat. All right, now moving up here to the cockpit or the handlebar area. Let me get into this thing. Okay, to turn it on, there's a little small button, a little orange button right there. As soon as you hold that button down for a few seconds, comes straight on. It's not flashing, that's just the shutter speed in the camera. Now to turn the headlight on, hold that down. You'll see the headlight pop on right there. Let's check it out. This is a headlight and tail light. Very nice headlight. It's got the LEDs on the outside. This has turn signals on it, everybody. You guys see that is a tail light. Now watch this. Turn signal to the right. It flashes on there. Turn signal there. These all work. I see no issues with these turn signals at all. Very nice and clear on that. Turn that off. It lets you know. I like that it actually lets you know that your turn signal's on right there. Horn. Very loud horn. The horn's inside the headlight, I think, and it is super loud. There is a walk mode. Check it out. Hold this down right here. It will start the walk mode. That helps out if you're going up a hill, if you're walking it over a bridge or downstairs or something like that. Has a half twist throttle. Shimano 7-speed shifter. Thumb shifter right there. I don't see any issues. I'm more of a fan of finger shifters, but these work fine. I see no problems with that. Has this kind of sweeped back handlebars right here. So the handlebars come up and sweep back and gives you more of a cruiser style feel to the bike. This is the mode button right here. I don't know how well you can see it. There's a lot of reflection out here, but it gives you odometer, tripometer. It gives you the voltage, max speed, and that's pretty much it. There is an app on this thing, but I've never been a fan of these apps. You can download the app if you want, and the app kind of just shows you your speed, distance, and all that. You can turn the cruise on and off. Hand grips are nice. They're not locking hand grips, but they're very grippy on the hand grips right there, everybody. Cord management looks good. It's all wrapped. It's run inside the frame right there. The keys are only used to remove the battery. So if you had to remove that battery, that's the only reason you need a key. Other than that, you do not use the key at all. All right, there's all the specs and the walkthrough, component walkthrough. Let me go ahead and take this thing out on the trail, and I'll give you we'll do a quick ride test, and then I'll give you my final thoughts of what I thought about this Thunder Pro. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's put this thing to the ride test, official ride test here. I have my speedometer up, so we'll see how close the actual speed is to the GPS speed here. Now, I've already tested this a couple times, and I'm pretty confident that it's fairly close to turn it on. Very quick turn on right there. Let's just use it as a normal bike first. So as a normal bike, no throttle works on it. Let's go ahead and downshift to 1. And just ride it. It's got these swoop back handlebars, so it has kind of like that cruiser style feel to it. Look at that, 9 miles an hour, pretty easy. It's just a normal bike right here. Go up in that. Let's get some speed up. Now, obviously, you know, this is gonna be whatever you can push. Now, I feel the weight of this thing. There is a significant type of weight being pulled. This is not a light bike, especially with the rack and all that on there. I'm gonna say as a normal bike, it's pretty smooth, everybody. I don't see any issues with it. Feels like just a normal fat tire e-bike as riding it like this. You definitely wanna stay between 1 and 3 because you get up in speed. Now you really feel the weight of this thing right now. Now, when I go to 1, the throttle does work. And by the way, the throttle does not match the gear. Look at this. Y'all see that? The throttle is very responsive and takes off quickly. 28, 26, so we won't use that right now. Let's just use the gear 1 and see where we're at. I'm gonna say between 12 and 14. I'm ghost pedaling right now. Let's go gear 2, PAS 2. Now there was a pretty big bump right there. Wow, that's surprisingly quick. Okay, the motor's doing 90% of the work here. Right there, I'm feeling it slowing down. So let's go to gear 3. I see the power meter. There's a power meter right there. The power meter just went all the way up. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Between 2 and 5, honestly, 1 is 2. Now, I unlocked this, so you can lock it. You can leave it as a class 2 and not as a class 3. So that way you're not going to get full power on a lot of this. Yeah, gear 3, once again, you're looking at 20 miles an hour, 25. 4 is probably going to be about the same. Whoa. Very fast. So a lot of people might want to leave this thing locked at like a class 2 e-bike. Go up here where we can open it up a little more, and I'm going to show y'all how fast you can get this thing up to. I've had it as high as 40 before. Let's get it to top speed now that we're down here on the actual road. Right away, 33 miles an hour, 32, 33 on that. I feel the motor kicked off at 37. to full power. 35, pretty easy. That thing will hit. You can see right here, 35 on the GPS, 36 on that. That is very close. Let's turn around and do throttle only. Throttle only, gear 5. I'm getting in tight, pulling the elbows in. I've not took a pedal stroke yet. 36, 33 over there. My eyes are watering. I'm in tears because of the speed. Yeah, let's just say that we can get up to 38 miles per hour using the throttle. So 38 using throttle only. Very impressive. So this 2,000 watt peak engine is really pushing out. I see no issues with this thing at all. That is very smooth. I don't push it like I do my normal kind of mountain bike style. Think of this as more like a cruiser style. Let's test out these hydraulic disc brakes real quick. Oh yeah, very easy to pull. 2-finger pulls, stops quickly. Big 4-inch fat tire bikes on wheels on here. Feel very cushiony and smooth. You can lock this front shock out right here. I hope somebody was in there. Doing a little off-road action. You don't want to push this thing super hard in the off-road, but I don't see any problems with it on gravel or trails like this. Right up this hill. Woo, that is a steeper hill than you think. Motor seems to be pulling it. Yeah, the shocks are taking this pretty good. There's a lot of root balls out here. It's a little noisy on that back rack. That's why I'd probably remove that rack, and I'd remove these fenders too. I don't really like these fenders that much. Well, but I love that quick twist throttle. Look at that. That half twist throttle is nice. Okay, let's get it over here. Well, there it was, everybody. Pretty good on everything on this bike at all. That headlight seems to just bounce all around. I need to figure out a way of making that lock in there a lot better. So final thoughts here on the Jasion Thunder Pro step through. I don't see any issues with this thing at all. I think it's a great option for anyone that's just looking for an affordable step through e-bike with a lot of power that can get you up and over things fast, that can do, I would say, medium off-road to it'll do well in gravel and pavement. This thing just destroys it. But as far as like stout mountain biking trail, you're going to be pushing it. It's pushing a little tough. I like the features on this thing. It's got a long battery life. It's got a USB charger in there that comes in very handy. Top speed on this thing, I seem to get around about easily 35 miles an hour, 40 on a good push. Now, I would remove this rack right here if I had to keep it. You got some extra mounting points, but I'd take all of this off and probably take the kickstand and all that off and make it more kind of like a sporty e-bike. But for your commuter and just kind of like all around kind of commuting style e-bike, I think this is a great option for anyone that's just looking for something like that. It's very performance oriented, has a nice looking display on it, hits the speed that you want. The brakes work very well. These hydraulic brakes are stop on a dime for you. You guys leave in the comments below if you've ever used any of the Jasion bikes, because I think they're pretty good and the quality on them seems to be really well. I've been actually seeing a lot of them around. There it is, everybody. That's all I got on the Jasion, Thunder Pro. See you on the next video.